We know that the Vim company was sabotaged all over Far Harbor, possibly because of the Nuka-Cola Corporation trying to drive them out of business so they could buy them over. You can find the remains of a trailer here. Unfortunately, we can't find anything on board. It's been completely stripped clean. It would have been cool to find a vending machine or two and some Vim bottles, but you just don't find any of them around this. More interestingly is what's underneath. Walking across here, you may encounter a very nasty feral ghoul and the pump control. Now, this does require a worn key, which you can only obtain, which can only be given by Dima when you're doing the quest Reformation. The ghoul probably will know you're here. They're pretty perceptive. Otherwise, he may just wander over into Goose Marsh Pond and never be seen again. Maybe he'll fight the Alguai for you. Anyways, if you want to know exactly where it is on the map and you're doing the quest, it's north of Zephyr Ridge Camp and it's near Echo Lake Lumber, directly in the middle here. Use the Vim truck as a bit of a landmark. Now, heading on into Pump Control, we'll be greeted with several items, one of which is an execution holotape that we can listen to. Other things dotted about. A new path. Adam above, I've lost them. Tactus screams for blood and the children cheer. I beg for civility and they whisper traitor behind my back. And I'm left to wonder what I might have done to deserve you taking them away from me. But in the back of my mind, I know. Waning faith is an untended fire. Fail to care for it and it cannot be rekindled. Thus I sit here sitting, thinking on the embers, trying to summon the courage to do what I know I have put off for too long. So I shall step out that door, and when I do, my life begins anew. But for the first time, O Radiant One, its path is out of your hands. Sister Gwyneth's visit. Sister Gwyneth came to me last night. She said she'd spent another night thinking, as we discussed, but she cannot unsee what she believes to be the truth, that Adam cannot be real. We talked for the better part of 2 hours, discussing back and forth. I reminded her of the gifts of the island, of Adam's blessing, of the messengers seen by her brothers and sisters, of the family that Adam has granted her. That seemed to calm her finally, and she returned to bed. But now dawn comes, and her questions still linger. Raised doubts that I have ignored for some time now, and I'm left with my own questions. Is perhaps Gwyneth wiser than she knows? What Adam requires, and a mother icon.
Excellent.
Worth 100. Pretty neat. Let's have a listen.
I have to say, I'm surprised. I had assumed you and your followers would be more adamantly hunting for the sub's launch key.
I hope we haven't disappointed you too greatly. I'd hate to anger our landlord.
I believe I'll survive. But am I mistaken? Does your god not require you die in a nuclear blast? Is that not why you've taken up in the nucleus?
It's not a transaction, Dima. Adam requires nothing of us. He has granted us a chance to become something greater. To divide our weak mortal frames and bring life to millions of new worlds. We are simply accepting the opportunity his glow presents, whatever form it may take.
So if you found the launch key, you wouldn't use it?
That I don't know.
Are you afraid?
I'd be mad to say I wasn't, but we've made a home for ourselves here. Friends, a family.
A place you belong.
Exactly. The nucleus. It is a blessing of the truest order. It would be hard to leave such a gift, even if it is for another. But regardless, the key is lost. So, until Adam sees fit to return it, I dare say you're stuck with us.
I believe I'll survive.
It was a nice relationship Dima and Confessor Martin had. Now let's play an execution.
Thank you for coming so quickly.
I heard about the execution. I can't believe they killed your missionary.
That's when Far Harbor killed the missionary.
Brother Andrews, a good soul. The fault is mine. If I'd realized things had become so tense in Far Harbor, I would have never let him leave. They blame us for the fog overrunning the town, Dima. And now, the children. It's Tectus. He won't listen. He wants to prepare for war.
Do you believe the others will follow him?
Time was. I would have laughed at such a notion, but now... Andrews was beloved by many. It's brought out the worst in them. Fury, hate. It was tolerable when it was just Tectus. Dima, something must be done.
Exile?
Exodus. I think it's time you and I convinced the citizens of Far Harbor to leave.
You can't be serious.
You know as well as I. They're not meant for this place. The fog grows thicker every year. How long before the condensers are finally overwhelmed? It's not banishment, Dima. It's mercy.
I'm sorry, Martin, but no. They have as much right to be here as you do.
Right. This place is trying to kill them. And now my people are at my throat because of the mess you created by allowing them to stay. And if you can't recognize that, then I suppose there's no reason for you to be here. I think you should go.
Aww.
Martin, please.
Breakdown of the friendship here.
Solved in other ways.
Get out.
Very well. We'll talk again when you come to your senses.
What's the chances of finding a little bunker that has a perfectly carved opening with some barrels? Unless he put them there from the back of the Vim truck. I wouldn't be surprised if it was used to transport some unsightly materials, let's just say. So again, north of Zappa Ridge Camp, if you need to access this area on the western portion of the island, the nucleus, of course, just sitting over there. Thank you for watching.